All right, hello, wine-drinking people. We have got a great offering out in Washington State. Ironically enough, this offer is on a Washington State wine. And I think Alan Galitza's at our dinner we're at tonight, the chairman's dinner, which he was there last year. What a nice man, the owner of Quilceda Creek. And this is a winery that was founded in 1978, kind of the first round of wineries, higher-end wineries to come out of Washington by Alex and Jeanette Galitzin. And like I said, I had a chance to meet him last year. What a very nice man. His nephew, Andrei Chelichev, was the guy that convinced him to start making wine. Andrei, one of the most influential winemakers of the last century, worked for Beaulieu Vineyards for many years, who was brought up to Washington State by Chateau Ste. Michelle in the 60s. And, when Alan moved his family to Western Washington, his uncle said, Alex, man, you should start making a little wine up here. You know, the wine industry in Washington has got a lot of promise. And some of these guys that own vineyards, because a lot of their fruit this day is still made from purchase. A lot of the wines are made from purchased fruit still to this day. And he started making a barrel of Cabernet Sauvignon at the urging of his uncle, and it was an amateur winemaker from 74 through 77, and Andre was so impressed with what he did, he encouraged him to go further. And the first release was the 1979 vintage, and they made 150 cases. And today they're up to about 5,000 cases annually, and they make one of the greatest wines in Washington State. I don't know how many times it scored 100 points, or nearly 100 points, by the Wine Advocate, but that is what puts you on the map. Just one time is enough. 100-point score from the Wine Advocate, your wine's $250 to $300 a bottle minimum. And I have to say, these guys, you can still buy their wine in some places for $150. Not here anymore. It's still around $200 a bottle, but I mean, that's what happens by the time it gets all the way to Florida. It's not us. We don't mark it up any more than any other wine that we get, unless it gets 100 points. This spinach, 99 to 100 points. Anyways, we only get 6 bottles. This is a winery that's so successful, that's all we can get is 6 bottles a year. It doesn't even make the lights flicker. But we got 5 bottles here on the table. Is this our whole allocation? No, we have got a lot of older vintage wines from this winery. Let me tell you, the wines that don't score 100 points are pretty damn good, too. You're going to pay a lot for those extra 2 zeros. We've got some older vintage wines from this producer that are less than the price of the current release, and all 95-plus point wines, all what I would call killer wines, and just incredibly, we can sell older vintages of this wine, near perfect wines, for about half the price of some of these wines that have scored 100 points. But check it out, all of the wines we've got in the store from this landmark producer from Washington State, Quilceda Creek, on this offering. I'm your host, Andrew Lampisoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.